agility, adaptability, accountability leads to a winning attitude. And you can have that in a family, in an organization, in a city, okay, in a government. And you know what? It doesn't cost a darn thing. Now, when you're putting those teams together, like when I put together the US team, imagine these 12 stud guys, and you're meeting with them the first time. So I prepare for the meeting and everything, and they come in, and the person who ran USA Basketball, Jerry Colangelo, said a bunch of good things, but he said something I don't believe in. He said, leave your egos at the door. So when I come up, I said, Jerry, it's great. Yeah, bring your egos in. Yeah, first of all, LeBron and Kobe, we're not going to leave their egos at the door. Come on in. But why would I want them to be less of who they are? But then I said, put all your egos under one ego umbrella called USA. And if we do that, we'll beat everyone in the world. And so it started that way. And then I told them, I said, I want you to know, and we always had a picture of the gold medal up. I want you to know that you guys are not playing for the United States. And they looked at me like, are you an idiot? Were you drinking or what? Why are we here? You know? So I paused and I said, we won't win that. And I pointed to each one of them. I said, we won't win that unless you are United States basketball. You have to own it. And so I don't want you to just hear and see what we're doing. I want you to feel what we're doing. When you feel something, that's part of ownership. It's important to understand your why. Like, why are you doing something? Not just how and what you're doing. If you understand and embrace your why, the how and what become better. It's that simple. It really is. But you have to talk about your why you're doing it. The other thing, though, I wanted them all, for us all to have common ground. And so I'm not a big guy on rules. At the military academy, we have big rule book regulations. You either obey or you don't obey, or you disobey a rule. You never own a rule. So how do you get a group to own it? By feel, but creating common ground where we're all going to live the same way. I call it a standards meeting. The intended consequences for NIL and transfer portal are all good. Freedom of movement, an athlete can make money. But because it wasn't put under a certain structure of transparency and governance, and for the last 3 years, it's just kind of run wild. The players, really it's professional right now. I mean, these kids are all making a lot of money, and some of them 7 figures, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Every kid, including our walk-ons, has an agent. Every one of them. It's an NIL agent. And the best high school players have NIL agents. And there's just a lot of money out there, and which is fine. But it needs to be, it needs to have some control. We need leadership. The NCAA has not provided any leadership, so the 4 power conferences, the commissioners, they have to be the leaders in creating a new model. Men's college basketball provides 98, 99% of the revenue, but it's not run like a business, and it is a business.
From Ann Stewart, she asked about Caitlin Clark. She wants to know how you would build a team around her and what you think her career will look like.
Yeah, well, she's terrific. I have a Sirius XM show that I have for 20 years, and when she was a senior at Iowa, I had her on my show. And it's on radio, a podcast. It's a Sirius XM show, but it goes all over. And but we do it by Zoom, so you get a better conversation. She was terrific, and it'd be easy to build someone because she's the best thing she does is pass. She's a magical passer, and she has a great feel for the game. So, I mean, what her coach did, I would have done exactly what she did. Make sure she handles the ball a lot, and she'll make everybody better. And what I was amazed with at how she's handled all the defenses, and then when she got into the WNBA, some of the negativity that was out there, or jealousies. And I think she's just been remarkable. She's a really good basketball player. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Future forum guest. We'll pass that on to Heather.
I'll tell you what, on my show, wow, she knocked it out of the park, man.